Hey guys, how you doing? Well, today I've been to the hotel. Remember that hotel I took a bunch of works back in, when was it, June or July, to that hotel, and you know, I was a bit disappointed with the layout and stuff. Well, I went there today to pick up what works I had left, and I sold close to $1,000 worth of artworks, which is nothing to be sneezed at. So, you know, that exceeded my expectations by 1,000,000 times, because I didn't think that I was going to sell anything, being that it was quite remote, you know, blah blah blah, but better than I thought. And the lady would like some more artworks. So there you go. Just goes to show you, when you think that something's not going to work out, it does. It just turns around. You know, sometimes it mightn't. It's like, for example, an art fair one year. I had heaps of work, and I really thought I was going to do, I was quite confident I'd do quite well. I think I sold 2 or 3 works, and that was it. And I and all my friends just couldn't believe that that's all I sold. And then, you know, you put your works in a hotel somewhere out in the back of the sticks, and you end up selling, you know, what you expected to, what you thought you might have sold, like at that art fair. So, I mean, you can never tell with art. It's just so subjective. It's about being at the right place at the right time. You know, you just can't tell. And people ask me and write to me all the time, oh, how do you make money from art, you know? How do you do it? What's the formula? There really isn't a formula. It's just about, I think it's about being consistent. It's about showing people some compassion and passion. People can tell if you're genuine, if you're a genuine artist, or if you're only in it for the money. You can really sniff it out. And yeah. So, you know, if you're in it for the money, and there's a lot of artists that think they can just jump on the bandwagon and make it for the money, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. Sure, it's nice to make money to support what you do, but your focus shouldn't be on about making a buck. And if it is, well then, you know, it can go both ways. You never know. But all I can suggest is that you just focus on the work, what you do, and everything else will follow. If you're true to it, you're passionate about art, you live it, breathe it, do it all the time, can't stop thinking about it, you know, got to get your hands dirty, got to do something, then, you know, you're meant to be an artist. And I'm a big believer in that the universe opens doors when you're going in the direction that you should be going in, or meant to be going in. And, you know, you think there are so many hurdles, but some of those hurdles do come down, I reckon. Well, that's what I believe, and, you know, I've seen it happen in heaps of people's lives, how, you know, they've been following what their passion is and what they're meant to do, and suddenly, you know, doors just swing wide open, and opportunities, you know, come up for reasons. So, you know, and it's not an overnight thing. You can't expect to get a name or get somewhere overnight. It doesn't work. It really doesn't work. You've got to be consistent, like I said. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to show people, you've got to show galleries that you're not a one-hit wonder, that you're actually consistent in your work, that you're constantly producing quality bodies of work, you know, over and over and over, till you build up a portfolio of, you know, some decent work that galleries will take notice of and go, wow, I can see that you're consistent, I can see the progression in your work, you know, I can see themes running through your work. That's the way to make it. That's the way to get up the ladder. It's like exercise. You know, there's so many diets, so many things, quick fix pills to lose weight, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is you getting off your butt, getting out there, getting that heart rate up, and, you know, not eating as much and not eating crap or shit. It all comes down to, you know, it all comes down to what you're willing to settle for. And if you're looking for a quick fix in art to get somewhere, well, it's not going to happen. You've got to get off your butt and you've got to do it. And, you know, your first few shows mightn't be very successful, but you learn from your mistakes, you learn about what's right and wrong, and I mean, that's how I've learned things, is through mistakes. And, you know, slowly your professional level comes up and you start improving, you know, how you finish your canvases off properly, and you know, your business cards and stuff like that. I mean, that's all icing on the cake. But it just takes a while, a lot of hard work and a lot of development. I mean, every now and again, yeah, sure, there's an artist that just comes bang, hasn't been in the market long, fabulous work explodes and they become, you know, household names. And, you know, good luck to them. And they've obviously been in the right place at the right time. But most of us, it's all a lot of hard work and dedication. And, you know, we get rewarded, we really do. So, persevere. And, you know, you got it. We all have the power. But we've got to learn to be open, and we've got to learn to take criticism, we've got to learn to take judgment. You know, people are going to judge you, galleries are going to try and label you and put you in a box and say this is what artist you should be. Well, you know, all through life people are always putting labels on everybody, because, you know, it's what makes it comfortable for us to relate to a person, if we can mark them as this and then put them there. But I think as artists, if we really want to push our work, we need to be open to more than what we see here. We need to be perceptive about what's going on out there in the world. What are people looking for? You know, how can you push your work in new directions? How can you bring it up? Because we're not here for a long time on this earth, we're here for a short time. Some of us are even here for a blink of an eye, you know, because we all can't predict when we're going to go. So, you know, when I go, I'd like to say that I've left some pretty nice artworks behind that some people are going to treasure for years to come. And I also left a bunch of videos behind that people can look back on, you know, and go, yeah, look at that Capricorn artist guy running around in his undies and, you know, being crazy and silly and stupid at the same time and singing to his videos and, you know, that sort of thing. But, you know, gotta have fun. It's all just fun. I don't mean for anyone to take it seriously. Let me know how your week's going. I like to try and encourage you guys to post video responses to my videos and stuff. And, you know, I want to find out this week, how's your week? What have you been doing? You know, share something with me, you know, I want to hear. So, yeah, so bring it on. Okay, alright guys, be good and later.